All right. There's no need to dilly-dally, I don't think. I don't even have any plans for this stream. I have well, okay, I have some ideas of what we could do. Um, but I don't have any specific plans or anything like that. So hello, anyone who decides to tune in. Super appreciate you being here. Hello, Demi. Yo, it's like 1. Are you okay? It is not like 1 for me. It is only like 8 p.m. for me where I live. So it's a reasonable hour for me. I'm not sure where you are, where it's currently 1 a.m. Are you okay? That is my question for you, Demi Fallen, because I hope you're doing okay. Hello there as well to you, Jay. Thanks so much for stopping by. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, I have no plans. I have nothing really in mind. Well, I have a couple ideas in mind. There's a few things that we could do if you guys are really interested, but mostly I just wanted to say hi. I wanted to check in. I wanted to see how everyone was doing. Are you okay, Demi? If it's 1 a.m. where you are and you're still awake, I hope that, you're not staying up late um for any bad reason. I hope that if you're staying up late, it's because you want to stay up late and because you feel fine staying up late. And hello there to you, Jay. Welcome, welcome. How are you? I hope you're doing all right. I'm feeling great because it's Friday. Um, just glad to be at the end of the week. Glad to be rolling into the weekend. Um, Work has been really exhausting for me lately, so I have been just taking any opportunity I can to rest and relax that I can. My cat is very cutely sitting up on the shelf right now. I wish I could show you. Let's see what else. Yeah, so work's been pretty stressful. Life goes on though. I'm working on a bunch of projects as well, and when I say working on, I mean mostly just thinking about working on, but also a little bit working on here and there. I've been practicing art and drawing. That's like something I've been like trying to get more into and take a little bit more seriously recently. So I've been doing some art practices and studies. So um maybe not tonight, but at least in the near future, I would love to do some like art practice streams and kind of like show some progress of like where I am and kind of like walk you through the process of like what I do when I practice. And I feel like with the age of social media and YouTube, and especially when it comes to like our creative pursuits and like our um like when we decide like, oh, I want to be an artist, right? It means that like we can't post anything that isn't perfect, right? Like we have to be the most skilled and like already at like the top level and like be able to kind of show off our skill, right? Like that's kind of what social media has like taught us to do. But I think like sometimes every so often like it's nice to kind of take a look at what it's like to be a beginner and kind of what that journey looks like, and especially kind of more interestingly people who are beginners as adults, because I feel like a lot of times because we're in that like, oh, everything has to be perfect, oh, we have to be at such a high level in order to show anything kind of mentality. I think like people can oftentimes like feel bad being at that beginner stage, and I know that that's especially true for me as well. I tend to feel um I'm just double checking, making sure my stream is going because it wasn't actually popping up in my. Are we live? I hope we're live. I don't understand what's happening with my. Oh, why is it showing? Why is it showing the title all weird? Hold on. Let me. This is not what I was planning. Also, hi, Gavin. Thanks so much for being here. Doing well as well. I totally chose the wrong YouTube and my streaming software was kind of weird when I set this up, to be honest. So I did the wrong stream, but we're just gonna go ahead and change it. Oops. Yes, exactly, Jay. A master has failed 1,000 times more than a novice. Learning is hard, and everyone is beginner once. That's so true. So that's kind of what I was saying, right? Hold on. Let me fix the stream. Let me fix this. Yeah, if it's 1 a.m. for you, Demi, go ahead and go to bed. You have no obligation to hang around. Thanks so much for checking in, though. I really appreciate you stopping by for as long as you did. Also, hi, my cat is here. She decided to say hello. And there she goes. I meant to call this cheeky impromptu stream, no plans, just checking in. But then YouTube did this weird thing. I don't know why. I'm sorry if that was confusing. Here we go. I was like so confused. I was looking at like the stream that I had set up in YouTube and I was like, why doesn't it say I'm live even though my streaming software says I'm live? And then I went and checked my streams and I was like in a different stream. Okay, there we go. Now this title is correct. Let's go ahead and delete this other one. How do I delete? There we go, delete. Okay. Hopefully that's what I want it to be now. Anyway, sleep is for the weak now that you've seen Kitty. Yeah, go to bed if it's 1 a.m. Okay, here we go. Yeah, there we go. Now the stream title should be correct. Thank you everyone for your patience. I obviously am a professional at this. Okay, here we go. That should be correct now. There we go. That's better. Let me post this in the Discord. Okay. I'm sorry for being silly and for YouTube being silly. Hopefully it should be good now. Let's see. Let me catch up on the chat. Okay. Yes, Jay, a master has failed 1,000 times. That's what I was saying, right? So I think like it could be fun to do some art streams and some streams like that where, you know, I'm kind of showing the beginner stages and kind of showing what that's like a little bit behind the curtain. I think that could be just a nice fun thing to do, you know, low pressure, low key, low commitment. All those nice things that feel good to me. Gavin is good. Glad to hear it. Toon says I think I fixed the stream title and everything, so that's good. Yes, my cat is nearby now. She popped in for just a second and then took off as she tends to do. So Demi, I'm not sure that she'll come back, so definitely go to bed. Yes, go to bed. Good night. Thank you for stopping by. Watch anything good lately? Not really, to be honest. You know, I have been. Oh, actually, no, I have. I've been watching Ghost and Molly McGee with Tom. We've been watching the first few episodes, just you know, for fun on the weekends, and I've been really enjoying it so far. It's super cute and super silly and feels good, and I really enjoy the humor. The animation is super good. The facial expressions are super goofy and super fun. Molly is such a fun protagonist, and I love her relationship with Scratch. Like I just love, you know, that's such a classic cheerful versus grumpy dichotomy, right? Like that's such a classic trope to get some good humor out of. So yeah, I've been really enjoying Ghost and Molly McGee lately. Libby is probably my favorite character. I absolutely love her. She's so funny and adorable, and she needs to be protected at all costs. Yes, Tom did get me into Molly McGee, so I've been really enjoying that. It's been fun. Everything Everywhere All at Once was amazing. Gavin, I still need to watch that movie. Everyone like is talking about it, and based off of like everything people have said about it, it seems like a movie that I would really enjoy. And like based off of what I've seen of it, like it seems like something I would really enjoy. Definitely seems like something that I would cry at. So I absolutely want to watch it, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But I'm glad that you enjoyed it, and definitely makes me want to watch it more. Jay, not watched, but I've been reading JoJo Part 7 and I loved it so far. Nice. Yeah, JoJo is another one of those things where it's like everything on paper kind of points to me enjoying it, but I just like haven't gotten around to it yet. But it does seem super fun. Glad that you're enjoying it, Jay. Libby gets most of the best stories later. Yeah, I am excited about Libby. So what episode have I gotten to? I want to check and see. So we've watched up to episode 15. Oops. I hope that it doesn't start playing and then I get copyright struck by Disney. Yeah, don't play. Don't play Ghost of Molly McGee. I don't want to get copyrighted. Yeah, so we watched up to episode 15. The Bot Mitzvah episode was really great. I really enjoyed that one. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the snow one was really cute too. The one where like Molly wants to go outside and everyone wants to stay in. That one was really cute. I enjoyed that one as well. Oh, and then there's the one where the history of the town, where the town founder was like a big asshole and it was his sister who really founded the town or whatever. Yeah, so I really it's fun. It's cute. I'm enjoying it. It's your favorite movie, Gavin? Oh, awesome. That's yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about it. I really need to watch it. I feel like I would really enjoy it. Once I watch it, I'll let you know. Tom has been very eager for both Molly McGee and New Moon Girl. Yeah. Yeah, I know. He oh, the Hanukkah episode is really good too. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one too. That one was super cute. Yeah, all the Libby centric ones are really, really good. Yeah, with Moon Girl, I he's been talking to me about Moon Girl as well. He's been really enjoying it. Um I definitely do want to watch it based off of what he said. He said it was really good, and so I trust him, and I feel like I should watch it because it does seem really good, and it seems like up my alley. Like I do enjoy that genre of superhero stuff. So, yeah, I'll probably give it a shot. It seems really fun and enjoyable, so I will probably end up watching it eventually. Maybe when more episodes are out. Doing homework and chilling. Oh my gosh, I do not envy you for having to do homework. What kind of homework are you doing that you're able to multitask and chat and watch my stream at the same time? Do your homework. Make sure you're focusing and doing a good job. Oops. Yeah, do a good job on your homework. Yeah, like when it comes to superheroes and stuff, like some of my favorite superheroes are, like Spider-Man and Danny Phantom. So basically like that kind of style of superhero, like the teenager young person who is figuring themselves out and their superpowers are kind of a way for them to figure themselves out. I like that stuff. Oh yeah, and Pantheon. That's another good thing that um uh Pantheon was really good as well. That is another one that he has suggested to watch. Oh yeah, I should let you know when I watch Pantheon for sure, for sure. I have no idea when I'll get to it, to be honest, but I do want to watch it. Um investing homework. That sounds I mean, no offense, Gavin. If that's like what your passion is, then more power to you. But to me, that sounds like my worst nightmare. I would be so miserable doing investing homework. Ooh. Um, I don't know. So what I've been kind of watching a lot of lately, I don't know if you guys ever watch like the YouTube shorts. Oh, here my cats come back. Nope, it's not your passion. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you're doing investing homework then. Here's a cute kitty to hopefully make it a little better. Okay, okay. She's like, leave me alone now. Um Hello? What are you doing? What I love about Moon Girl specifically is how cultural, significant, and super stylistic it is. Yeah. Yeah, I love the art style. Like I've seen like clips and stuff from it and like the trailers and um cats do help everything. Yeah, the trailers and the clips and everything that I've seen of Moon Girl are really really lovely and like really fun and really dynamic. I love how exaggerated they get with like the forced perspective, like when Moon Girl is like skating around and like her skate is like right up to the camera and like you see her like skate really big, and I just enjoy that stuff. It's really visually interesting and dynamic and fun, and I just love the art direction for the show. I think like it's just super visually appealing. The colors are great. um yeah, it's a really lovely looking show, and I do want to watch it. I'm really bad at starting new things. What I've been watching a lot of lately, I am on YouTube a lot, obviously, right? And um the animation studio was behind Rise of TMNT. Nice. Yeah, that's another beautifully animated looking show. Um that I should watch. I used to be a TMNT fan as a kid, but I haven't watched the new one. But what I have been watching a lot of lately, because I'm on YouTube so much, I try not to get sucked in to like YouTube's games, you know? I try my best to like watch the supporters that I care about and like make sure that I'm not missing like subscriptions that I don't want to miss, right? Like I try to be really intentional about all that stuff. But every so often I just like want to turn my brain off and I'm just like, yes, YouTube algorithm, just feed me content, right? Like every so often we just fall down that rabbit hole. And so like I've been watching a lot of the YouTube shorts that have been coming up lately. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard of like Dropout or College Humor. You know, College Humor was kind of big. I guess they were bigger like back a few years ago or something. Like I want to say maybe like 2012 to 2016. Maybe I'm totally off about on the years on that. But yeah, College Humor used to be big, but I didn't realize that they were kind of like still doing it. Like they're still kind of going. And so I've been getting recommended those Dropout clips and the little Game Changer shorts that have been popping up in my recommended feed. And so I did cave and I ended up getting a Dropout subscription because I don't know if y'all know this, but I'm a huge comedy nerd. I'm a huge fan of improv. I actually used to do improv comedy for like several years of my life, like through high school and college. So I absolutely love improv, and I'm so impressed um by the art of improv and how talented people who are really good at improv. Like it's kind of a marvel to watch like really talented improv comedians like at the top of their craft. Like it's just really impressive to watch. Yeah, I wasn't really a big fan of them back in the day either too. Like a lot of their humor to me was like really crass and just like didn't really gel with my humor, but I feel like a lot of their newer stuff is just a lot more silly and um like they still got definitely some of the crass stuff in there, but I feel like they just don't rely on it as much, in my opinion. So I feel like they've kind of taken a new direction in in recent productions. And so yeah, I've been really enjoying just watching like Game Changer and a lot of those like improv shows that are just goofy, silly, fun. And some of them are like really good though. Like there are a couple of those episodes where they like improv songs off the top of their heads, and they've got like a pianist like sitting there playing these songs live along with them, and it's just like they blow your mind sometimes. You're just like, oh my god, how did these people come up with this stuff like on the spot? It's just really cool to see. And and I do low-key miss it as well. Like I do miss performing in improv and like performing with a group, and it's just a lot of fun, and it's fun to watch. I used to be a really big fan of Whose Line Is It Anyway as well, and I guess I still am a big fan. I sometimes go back and watch old clips and everything. But yeah, Whose Line Is It Anyway was my first sort of foray into improv comedy, and I feel like it's a little bit of a lost art. I mean, not really. It's definitely still a thing in certain places. They do a lot of great TTRPG stuff as well. Yeah, I've seen a lot. Like I've been browsing through their stuff, right? And they do a lot of the Dimension 20, I think it's called, their Dungeons and Dragons stuff. And I have listened to actual play podcasts before. I used to watch or not watch. I used to listen to the Adventure Zone, the McElroy podcast back in the day. I don't really listen to them as much anymore. I sort of fell off of their stuff in recent times, but I did enjoy Adventure Time back in the day. And I've listened to a couple of smaller actual play podcasts as well. Like there's this one that I absolutely adore that is run by like a smaller production, but their like sound engineering and their like sound design is like professional level stuff. It's so good. It's called Rogue Runners, and what I really love about it is it's Dungeons and Dragons, but the DM modified it so that it takes place in like the Hades universe, like the video game Hades. So it's really, really fun, and it's really cool, and it's got all the like fun Greek mythology and everything like that as well. So I highly recommend, if you're into actual play podcasts, Rogue Runners. That's a super good one. But it's relatively short, so I was able to kind of get through it. So I haven't gotten I haven't gotten into any of the Dropout Dimension 20 RPG stuff yet, but I probably will give it a try eventually, because it is something that I've liked in the past. But starting something with that long of a runtime, at least right now, is kind of scary to me. So maybe in the future, but not anytime soon. Also, hello, Zoe. Thanks so much for stopping by. It's good to see you. You'll be more active after your short quiz? Oh my gosh, good luck on your quiz, Gavin. No worries. Take your time. Yeah, we're just chilling here today. Just chill vibes all around. I was thinking like there could be stuff we could do, or that I could do that you could watch me do, but I'm kind of just enjoying reading the chat right now and hanging out with all of you. So I hope you don't mind that this is a more low-key kind of vibe. I'm enjoying it. It's nice to just check in with all of you. I'm drinking my boba. I feel like I drink boba a lot on stream, and it's like the same drink every time because I'm low-key addicted to it. But some of the other stuff I was thinking we could do, if we wanted this to be like a productivity stream, there's a couple things that we could do. It's been a while since I worked on my Notion dashboard and my Notion project management stuff. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that application, but it's something that I've been trying to use for a while to like organize my projects. So that's something that I could work on if you guys are interested in that. Talked with Tom earlier about the possibility of Owl House supplementary content. How likely do I think that is? I mean, I feel like it's pretty likely at this point. I feel like Disney jumped the gun a little bit when it came to the cancellation of Owl House. like for whatever reason that those executives up there decided to cancel Owl House, I feel like they did not anticipate the growth that the show would eventually like get since that cancellation. So I feel like it's almost really similar to Steven Universe, right? Where Steven Universe got canceled. Oh yeah, Keek sees his Notion as well. Yeah. Um Yeah, the thing that I'll talk about Notion in a second. Let me finish talking about the Owl House thing first. I feel like it's going to be really similar to Steven Universe, because Steven Universe got canceled, and then it like became way more popular than Cartoon Network ever could have anticipated, and then they were like, oh. Well, fuck me. I guess we shouldn't have canceled that show. Let's like bring it back in some capacity, right? And that's when like the movie and Steven Universe Future ended up getting greenlit. So I don't know if we'll get like a sequel series or in the same way as Steven Universe, but I think like inevitably we will get some Owl House supplementary content because I think the show just grew into something bigger than Disney anticipated, and so they can't really deny the fans at this point. So yeah, that's kind of how I feel about Owl House supplementary content. Still stand by having a series of 2-minute YouTube shorts. That might be cute. Yeah, I could see that. I know that they already do kind of like the chibi shorts, so they could do something similar to that. But yeah, going back to Notion for a second. So yeah, Keeks is also a big fan of Notion. I've used it before they recommended it to me, and I will say like the thing with Notion is that it's so customizable and it's so robust, and they're always coming out with new updates. Like they just released a new update with like new features and new ways to use the tools and everything. So the thing with Notion is that it can be really easy to get lost kind of in the functionality of it, and yeah, definitely more V stuff would be nice. I feel you there. So yeah, it's really easy to get lost in the functionality of it, and it's really easy to get overwhelmed as well because there's just so much that is possible with it. So my advice to anyone who's interested in using Notion is just don't expect to get it perfect your first try. Like I've been using Notion for years at this point, and I have created and recreated and deleted and recreated and destroyed and recreated and remixed and recreated again and again. My kind of organizational system seems really up your alley. Yeah, no, I mean, by all means, like if you're into that sort of thing, like you will really like it because I'm into that sort of thing and I really love it, right? Yeah, I highly recommend it for people who like really want to like have something super customizable that they can attune to them. But my big advice for anyone who's getting into it is don't expect to get everything perfect on your first try. Be ready to kind of like rework things as you go, and you'll kind of like notice, oh, I set this cool thing up, but I'm not really using it. So maybe like I can delete it, or maybe I can like consolidate it into something else. And so I really encourage you like not to feel discouraged if you feel like overwhelmed or if you feel like it's not necessarily working for you, because there's so many ways to customize it. And I highly also recommend like looking up YouTubers who make YouTube videos about their Notion setups or how they've got their stuff organized, because people do some really creative things with it. And I feel like I've gotten inspired by so many different people and have incorporated different people's ideas kind of mixed in with my own ideas and my own understanding of the tool. So I'm happy to kind of like show you a little bit of what I'm working on, if you want to take a look at my Notion setup, because I'm pretty proud of how far it's come at this point, but it definitely still needs a lot of work. So if you're interested, I can definitely show you. But it's a lot. It looks complicated on the surface, but I don't think it's that complicated, but it might look a little complicated on the surface. Also, hello, Mark. Thanks so much for joining. How am I doing? I'm doing okay. I'm glad that it's Friday. Glad that it's the weekend. Um, glad to be here with all of you. And yeah, hanging in there, trucking along. How about you? How are you doing? This stream is just mostly a casual, just checking in, saying hi, hanging out, seeing how y'all are doing. So, how are you doing? How has your week been? Do you have any plans for the weekend? We talked a little bit earlier about some shows that we're watching. I would love to know if you're watching anything cool. Um, and then for a while, I went off on a tangent about Notion because I definitely am a nerd for that sort of thing. Um, and I'm also the kind of person like who likes to make it look a little like aesthetic, and I like to use pretty images and stuff like that, which is definitely not necessary if you're just wanting to just use the bare bones functionality of it, but that's just the kind of person that I am. Messing around with some models in Blender? Whoa, that's cool. You made one that looks like 1974 Hello Kitty. That is very interesting. I'm curious to know what a 1974 Hello Kitty looks like. You're going to a Lego convention on Saturday? Ooh, that sounds like fun. I didn't know that Lego conventions were a thing, but that totally makes sense that they are a thing. Do you build stuff with Legos, Mark, or are you just going to like look at stuff that other people have built? I'm so curious what goes on at a Lego convention. Like, do people show off their creations? I assume so. People like build stuff with Legos. I have to assume. Do they have like panels? Lego panels? I'm so curious. I want to know more about this Lego convention. I've been to Legoland before, and that was very cool. When I went to Legoland, it was like right after the Lego movie had come out, and so they actually had pieces of the actual Lego movie set like at Legoland, and I got to see it, and it was very, very cool. I do sometimes gonna see if someone's selling the 2023 Bionicle set. Yeah, it would make sense that it's not just Lego at the Lego convention. They probably have other buildy stuff too. That's cool. That's cool. Interesting. Interesting. I'm so curious. I love hearing about like other people's nerdy passions because I just don't know anything about it. So it's so cool to just like get a glimpse into someone else's world. Does like the CEO of Lego show up? Does he come in? Is he like a keynote speaker? People do display creations. Someone made a cool Sakura tree in Gotham City. Whoa, that sounds really cool. Yeah, I remember when I went to Legoland, they had some really cool, some just really cool giant statues and really cool displays and things like that. And obviously, they have like just a ton of stuff at Legoland. That's really cool. So I'd imagine there's some similar things at these conventions. So yeah, I'm excited for you. Have a good night, Tune. Thanks so much for stopping by. Really appreciate you. That's fun though. I'm excited for you, Mark. I hope that you have a good time and that you stay safe and that it's just fun all around. I personally don't have much planned for this weekend. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'll probably have to do something like some chores and and whatnot. But on Sunday we'll do our discussion stream, and I've got some other errands to run on Sunday as well. I don't think the CEO of Lego shows up. Last time I went, I mainly just bought minifigures. Okay, cool. Yeah, I imagine it's a lot of like vendors and buying and selling and trading and hanging out with other geeky people who are into the same thing, which is always fun. How big are these conventions? Like, how many people end up going? Like, are they really huge? How many people end up going? I don't even know how much like how many people go to Comic-Con? I'm kind of interested. I'm curious. Okay, so Comic-Con is like 135,000 people in 2022 apparently. I don't know how they necessarily count that. But that's like really huge, right? That would be like a big convention. I've never been to a convention that big before. I've been to a few conventions in my life, but they've been kind of more on the medium to small side. I tend to prefer smaller conventions. I feel like they're just more intimate, more fun. Last one you went to is 2018. Ah, yeah, that would make sense. Don't really remember how many people went that year. That's understandable. I tend to prefer like smaller conventions because like I don't know, I prefer the intimacy of them. I feel like the bigger conventions are just really overwhelming and too crowded. And especially these days in a pandemic-y world. I don't even want to say post-pandemic because I don't believe that we're in the post-pandemic yet, but in this COVID-19 infested world, I feel like I even more so want to avoid large crowds. Um One of the errands that I'm planning to do on Sunday is actually go get a new set of pants. Because I need to get a new set of dress pants for to match like my jacket, my like suit jacket, because I have a job interview coming up in a few weeks, which is really exciting. Don't tell anyone because I don't want my interviewer to. I mean, not that I think that my interviewer is gonna find my YouTube channel and do anything bad with it, but just so you know. But I do have a job interview coming up, which is really exciting. Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Gavin. Um, yeah, it's for a really exciting position. I don't want to really talk too much about like what it is. I don't want to give too much of like my personal information away over the internet, but I don't know, like it's just something really exciting, and I'm cautiously optimistic about it. I've been at my current job now for like almost 5 years, which is really crazy to think about. Oh, thanks so much, Gavin. I really appreciate that. That's really kind of you to say. Yeah, I've been at my current job for almost 5 years now, and I've never done anything for this long before. And there are just aspects of it that I am ready to move on from. I guess that's the kindest way I could say it. Um, and I feel like this new opportunity would be just a really good chance to do some really like good work in the world. Like, I don't know, like, there's so much crazy stuff happening in the world, and we only have like so many hours in the day to do stuff with our lives. So it's like, more or less, I would like my job to be something that like makes me feel like I'm actually doing something good in the world. And I feel like this opportunity is a little bit more of that than at least my current job is right now. So, yeah, I feel like that would be a really, really great and cool opportunity to go for. So yeah, I'm planning to get some nice dress clothes over the weekend, and um I have like an appointment on Sunday to go see a tailor to try to get some pants that actually fit me, because the thing is, I bought this suit and I bought these pants like years ago. Like, first of all, I bought these pants in like 20, maybe 18, 17, 18. I either had not started testosterone yet, or I had just started testosterone. So like I was still in my like, I was still like really scrawny in a lot of places. So even like now, the jacket, like, it's funny when I wear the jacket, it feels kind of like tight in the shoulders, which is really kind of funny, but also like makes me feel kind of good about myself. Like, ooh, my shoulders are kind of bulking out a little bit. I mean, I wouldn't say bulking out. That's an over exaggeration. They're just getting slightly thicker, I guess, which is fun. And I have definitely gained weight since then, and my tummy has gotten significantly larger. So that's why the pants just don't fit me at all anymore. Like, I can't even button them at this point because it's been 2018, like 5 years maybe since I got these pants. So yeah, I don't feel bad about having gained weight in 5 years. So yeah, my pronouns are he, him, his. Actually, I have a screen. I have a screen that has my pronouns. Oh, check it out. My pronouns as listed below. Yeah, so I use mostly he, him pronouns, but if you feel so inclined, then I have a couple. I have a couple fun, funky pronouns that are down here. Yeah, this one, the middle one, it's pronounced the same as he, him. It's just with X's because I felt like it, and Zism if you really feel like it, but totally fine if you just want to use he, him. Like, that's cool too. I understand that these are kind of funky and weird, so I don't really expect people to use them, but like, people sometimes do, and it makes me happy. So if you feel so inclined. Shia, hey, thanks so much for stopping by. It's so good to see you. How are you? How are you doing? This is literally just a casual checking in, hanging out, seeing how people are doing stream. Yeah, I was talking a little bit about, I don't know if you just got here, but before you got here, I was talking a little bit about how I'm planning on getting a new set of pants this weekend before a job interview, because my suit pants don't fit me anymore because I gained a lot of weight since I bought them. But it's fine. I honestly feel okay about it, because the thing is, like, the magical thing about transitioning, and the magical thing about like taking hormones, and the magical thing about actually feeling comfortable in your body for the first time, is that like, you can gain weight and you can like just have your body change the way. Oh, why is this chat showing up here? Oh, because I'm on a different screen. That's why. How do I hide this chat? There we go. Not that I don't love seeing your chats, but it just felt awkward floating on the screen there. What was I saying? Oh yeah, that my pants don't fit me anymore. But the thing that's magical about transition and feeling good about your body is that you can like gain weight and you can like have your body change in these ways, but because it's like happening in the way you want it to, you're like okay with it. Like, I am totally fine with getting fat, because all my fat is like going to my tummy and not to like my hips or like the other places it used to go before I was on testosterone. So I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm getting like a gut here, which is fun. But you know, my pants don't fit me anymore. So your house is leaking? Oh my gosh. I am sorry to hear that. I hope it stops leaking soon. Oh, because of the rain? Is it leaking because of the rain? Oh yeah, the weather is like crazy right now in California. It's pretty crazy for me too. Like it's thankfully not currently raining where I am right now, but earlier today up in the hills, it was like snowing, which is absolutely insane. Like absolutely unbelievable that it's snowing here. It's like it like hasn't snowed here since I want to say like the 70s or something like that. So I've never seen it snow here. So that's really how unreal it is. But I hope you guys are hanging in there. I hope that your house is staying as dry as it can be despite everything. Oh, I'm sorry to hear it's leaking though. Yes, tell me about the 1974 Hello Kitty, Mark. Explain it. Her first appearance on merchandise was on a vinyl coin purse. Her nose was white and she had 4 whiskers on the right side of her teeth. Interesting, interesting. So you've recreated that in Blender. That's interesting, Mark. If you're in our Discord server, Mark, I would love to see it. I would love if you want to post it in the art channel. But if you're not, that's okay as well. I don't mind not seeing it if you don't want to share. But it sounds interesting. I'd be interested in seeing it. Yeah. I totally agree, Shia, that fat distribution is so much more bearable and so much more chill when it's like going to the places that you wanted to go. So yeah, I'm totally fine with having gained weight, but yes, I do. I do. I think let me see if my does my bot work? It does. Yes. Yay. There it is. No problem. You do have to go through a little bit of like a verification thing, where you have to tell me that you have read the rules, but I will go ahead and let you in as soon as you read the rules. Just say in that channel that you've read the rules. You don't necessarily have to tell me where you came from because I know where you came from. I have led you there. But just let me know when you've read the rules. But thanks for joining the Discord, y'all. Hello, Gavin. Thank you. I'm excited to see this Hello Kitty. I really do appreciate the folks in the Discord a lot though. I'm like really not very good at being active on Discord. Like there's something about like group chats that just kind of like make me anxious, especially if it's like I don't know everyone in the group chat. And I tried to get over this anxiety a little bit when it comes to my own server because it is my own server, so I should theoretically not feel anxious in my own server. So I tend not to be as active as I'd like on Discord, but I do pop in there every so often, and I enjoy seeing what people post every so often. All right, Mark, I'll go ahead and let you in. I'm gonna give you my standard welcome message. Intros. Yeah, thanks for joining, guys. It's good to have you in the Discord. Yeah, so it's not like the most active boppin' poppin' Discord ever. I do want to like improve it a little bit though. Like there's been so many things that have been added since I made this server. Like I haven't really taken advantage of like the events functionality in Discord, and I feel like I should probably move doing like the stream announcements to the events, cuz I don't know. I just feel like that might be a better use of it rather than putting it in that like announcements channel. I'm still kind of learning Discord as well. Like I'm not a Discord expert by any means. And I think like another idea that I kind of want to do is add one of those bots that kind of like gives people rankings, like the more they talk. So the more that they talk in the Discord, their like ranking goes up. I think that would be a fun bot to have, to also kind of encourage people to chat a little bit more and, you know, get their rankings up. Like I think that could just be a fun little thing to boost people chatting more. But I have to figure out how to set all that up. I do not necessarily know that. I do have some bots in there that do some stuff. I don't really remember what they do. I think one of them helps with the roll assign, the self roll assign. One of them does polls, which I sometimes do for fun. And I don't know what the other ones do. Oh, one of them does notifications for when I post new videos. But I post videos so rarely anyway, so that one is rarely used. It used to also do when I went live. It would ping a notification when I went live on Twitch, but I also stopped using Twitch, so it doesn't do that anymore either. But I'm very glad to not be on Twitch anymore, to be honest. I do not miss it. I mean, there's definitely some stuff that I miss, but oh no, did something happen? I think my internet's just kind of shaky. Yeah, F Twitch for real. I really don't miss like the anxiety of getting like hate rated or anything like that. Um I don't know if like YouTube's just moderation is better, or just like the culture around like YouTube streaming is different than the culture of Twitch. But I will say I do not miss that anxiety aspect of Twitch. There are things I do miss about Twitch. I miss I don't know if YouTube has something similar to this, but I miss the little like points. You know, like people would accumulate points if you watch them on Twitch, and like you could spend those points, you know, the hydrates and stuff like that, right? I don't know if YouTube has that stuff. I mean, like the thing, nothing really specific happened with Twitch, Gavin. Like there was one time that we got hate rated. Um, let me. No worries, Gavin. I'll let you in the server. Let me go ahead and do that. Ooh, yes, I am digging the Hello Kitty. Oh, it looks so cute. Nice. Looking good. Looking really good. Awesome job, Mark. Yeah, it seems like Twitch staff and a lot of streamers have developed some kind of morality problem. Yeah, yeah, for sure. So yeah, I miss Twitch's layout. Yes, I miss Twitch's layout for sure. Um I don't necessarily like the YouTube layout for streaming, but what can you do? It is what it is. I miss the layout. I miss the points. I don't know if YouTube is planning on kind of implementing anything similar to that. I really hope they do because they definitely are slowly adding in things that Twitch has. Like I think YouTube just recently added like the ability to raid people, which is something that was you could only do on Twitch before, but now I think YouTube is starting to do that, which is good. I like that. That's a cool thing. But yeah, they need to add more of those fun, interactive kind of elements to it because right now it's just sorely lacking. So I do miss that kind of stuff. But yeah, the reasons that I ended up stopping streaming on Twitch were the one time we got hate rated was already one too many times. Like that was already so frustrating and annoying. And that was like in the middle of a discussion stream. We were like talking about like Owl House or something and like we got hate rated and that was just like we had to like take a break after that because it just like threw me off and I was so like flustered and yeah, that whole thing was so annoying and so frustrating and I hated that. And then ever since that happened, it's just been so anxiety inducing of like, oh gosh, is it going to happen again? You know, we had to set up like a panic button essentially to like turn the stream into like emote only mode or whatever to like stop the haters and the spam or whatever. So yeah, there was just like a lot of anxiety around that. Um and then their moderation just ended up like not improving whatsoever. And they started doing a lot of things that were like, oh, we care about our minority content creators. We like want to show you guys how much we care, right? Or we want to tell you guys how much we care, right? But not actually show you with anything like substantial. So they would like come up with these policies and come up with these ideas to kind of like make it seem like they care, but like when you kind of dig down a little bit deeper into it, as long as they were not providing that good moderation, there's really no guarantee of safety in using a lot of their like tools and their policies because like it would inevitably just put people as like targets, right? So like for example, they added a bunch of like the tags that you could add to your stream. So you could like add a trans tag or like a South Asian tag, right? And you could like make your stream kind of more easily discoverable that way. And that could have been a really cool functionality if they had also guaranteed some sort of protection for those minority creators. And so it ended up just like elevating people to the point of putting targets on their backs and like ended up getting more harassment that way. So like that was a whole nightmare. So I ended up just like never using the trans tag because I was always worried that like someone was going to target me for being trans. So I never used it. And yeah, and then I think like recently, like ever since I even after left Twitch and decided not to go on Twitch anymore, even more recently now with like this new Harry Potter game and the Hogwarts stuff and the transphobia and just like the whole culture that's going on over there, like I'm just glad to be as far away from it as possible. So yeah, I have no regrets leaving. um Yeah, the type of people that treat others like crap. Absolutely, Gavin. We do not appreciate those people whatsoever in these spaces. So I completely agree with you. Yeah, so Twitch was just like, it's just the culture and the lack of moderation and lack of actual care for minority creators was just like, whatever. And to be honest, like, to be completely honest, it wasn't worth it monetarily either. Like to be honest, I make pennies off of YouTube and everything. Like I just don't make that much money off YouTube because I barely get any views, and like I'm okay with that, right? Like I have a full-time job. I don't need to make money from YouTube. It's not my main source of income. I just do it for fun. So like I'm not trying to make money from YouTube. But if I'm going to be like putting in like my work and my effort for something, I might as well do it in a place that's going to pay me more than like if I do the same work and they give me less money. Like it just doesn't make sense to do the same work for less money. So like even though I'm not doing it for the money, which is why I was on Twitch for so long to begin with, because I just didn't care about the money. But like it just doesn't make sense if you're like doing something exactly the same, but in one place you're making much less money and in one place you're making like at least a little bit more. It just makes logical sense to do it here, as opposed to Twitch, which pays significantly smaller portion of its revenue to its creators. So yeah, there's a lot of reasons. There was a lot of reasons to leave Twitch, and I'm glad that I did. And even though there are aspects of it I miss, I do think that YouTube is on its way to kind of implementing a lot more of that stuff. Like I hope that they change the layout a little bit. I hope that they make it a little bit more like easier for people to be more interactive and stuff. But and, oh yeah, and I hope that they add the like channel points and like something similar to that fun interactive aspect of Twitch. Like I think those are the things I really miss about Twitch. But yeah, all that other stuff I do not miss whatsoever, and I'm glad to have gone. And also the nice thing about streaming on YouTube is the video just stays up forever. Like Twitch, that once upon a time was a pro. At one point I was like, oh, it's good that Twitch like disappears after a few months, because I didn't really want the VODs to stay up. But as we started doing more of the like discussion streams and started talking about the shows and doing like analysis and things like that, that's when I was kind of like, oh, it would actually be really nice to keep some of this stuff and to have people be able to watch this at a future date if they are not able to watch it live. So I really like that part of YouTube as well, the fact that the VODs just stay up on the channel indefinitely, forever, basically. And I do also intend in the near future on YouTube, if you like go to the live tab, you have all the live stream VODs there. But my plan is to in like the YouTube backend editor, you can like take your live stream VODs and like trim them down a little bit and essentially repost them as videos. So that's my plan as well to do with the live stream discussion streams, is to repost them a little bit trimmed and edited down as their own videos, so that people who did not catch the live stream live can go back and watch the kind of edited, trimmed down version that doesn't have like our technical issues or our pauses or the awkward moments we make dumb jokes that I want to cut out. So yeah, if you ever see those in your subscription feed, just know that that's what my plan is for that. Oh, that's awesome to hear, Gavin. I'm glad that you are enjoying the space and the environment. That's my goal, is just to kind of create a nice space for folks to hang out in. Yeah, as a lost media enthusiast, seeing large hours of work videos gone is depressing. Yeah, I'm actually really sad about some of the stuff that we lost on Twitch. Like we had some really good discussions on Twitch that are just gone now forever because I didn't save them, and there's no archiving on Twitch. Like I really wish we kept some of those discussions because they were really good. So it's unfortunate that that they had to go, which is also why I was like, let's just move to YouTube so that I don't have to worry about like saving the VOD and archiving and all that stuff. That was just an extra step that I don't need. So yeah, definitely glad to be able to just automatically save it on YouTube. And also another big reason that YouTube is a lot better than Twitch, YouTube has way better discoverability. Like the just main front page of YouTube and the recommended algorithm allows smaller creators to actually have a chance of like getting an audience. And with Twitch, the way that their algorithm works is that the more viewers you have, the more likely that Twitch is to recommend you. So if you have like 0 viewers or 1 or 2 viewers, then you're way unlikely to get recommended by Twitch on their front pages and stuff. So yeah, the only reason I was able to build an audience on Twitch is by building an audience on YouTube first, and then just being like, hey, by the way, I also have a Twitch channel, and then people just migrating from YouTube over to Twitch. But I did not like organically gain that many followers on Twitch on my own. Like YouTube was definitely the place where I was able to like find an audience to begin with. So that's another big reason to go with YouTube over Twitch, is just like you're able to just find people more easily. You know, like if I make a stream that's like, hey, we're going to be discussing the Owl House, then people who are searching the Owl House on YouTube are going to find it. Whereas like no one's really going to find that on Twitch, you know? Yeah, they really just need to add those couple of good things from Twitch to YouTube, and then it would be perfect. So I really hope that they do in the near future. I know that like YouTube leadership is changing right now. Like Susan Wojcicki, I think her name is. I'm probably mispronouncing her name, but she was like the CEO of YouTube for like a bajillion years, and she just recently stepped down, and the new guy started. And I know a lot of people are kind of like scared about the new guy because he's been like vocal about supporting NFTs and like other weird stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, like it's definitely not a good look to be into NFTs. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm very anti NFT and I don't support it whatsoever. But also, like, I am very well aware of what the Silicon Valley kind of culture is like, and it doesn't surprise me that someone like him would be into that. I don't necessarily know how much of that is going to bleed over into like what is actually going to happen to YouTube, especially now that NFTs do seem to be kind of on the decline a little bit. But I don't necessarily think that YouTube is going to like change too drastically because of the new leadership, because the new guy, Neil Mohan, he was a big part of YouTube for Susan's tenure to begin with anyway. So I don't think that just because Susan is stepping down to like a consulting role or something, like she's still going to be around too. Like she's not going away completely. She's just going to like a consulting role or something like that. So yeah, I really don't think that much is going to change. I think it's going to like hopefully just be moving in the good direction that it is. I mean, good direction is subjective, right? Like I think there are things that could definitely be improved, but you know, I don't necessarily hate YouTube Shorts. I'm not a TikTok user, so I actually really like the ability to be able to see TikToks without going on TikTok, because most most people just re-upload their videos to both TikTok and YouTube Shorts, right? So it's usually the same exact videos. It's just I don't need to go to TikTok to see them. So I like YouTube Shorts for that reason, to be able to just watch TikToks without having to actually go to TikTok. So that I appreciate. So I don't hate YouTube Shorts. I think YouTube Shorts is not too bad. Definitely I think the live streaming stuff could be improved. You know, we already talked a little bit about that and how they need to just add some of these functionalities. But I think they're on their way to doing that, right? Like, you know, like I said, they added the rating functionality to YouTube streams. So I think like that's a really big step forward. And there's definitely more that they could do. And it would be nice to see them do some unique stuff as well, too. Like, I don't know what that could be. That's not my job. It's YouTube product designer people's job. They get paid way more money to come up with ideas than I do. So I'm not going to come up with the ideas for them. But I do think it would be nice to see some cool, unique, exclusive to YouTube like type of functions that maybe Twitch like doesn't think of, right? But that YouTube can think of because they are their own thing. So hopefully we see some unique ideas from YouTube as well too. But yeah. No worries, Gavin. Thanks so much for hanging out as much as you did. And thanks for joining the Discord as well. Really appreciate having you here, and have a good night and have a good weekend if we don't see you. Take care. The game season, major SU vibes. Okay, okay, I'll look it up. I'll see if I am into it. Morgan, hello. You haven't been here in a while. That's okay. I'm glad to see you here now. How are you doing? This is not a very structured stream. This is literally just us hanging out and checking in and saying hi. Honestly, I might wrap up in a little bit as well too, because I've been streaming for a little over an hour now at this point, and yeah, I just wanted this to be like a quick little check in, saying hi, seeing how folks are doing kind of stream. So yeah, how are you doing, Morgan? I hope that you have been doing well and that you have had a good week. And if you have any fun weekend plans ahead of you for the weekend, I would love to hear them. If not, if you're just planning on hanging around and lazing in over the weekend, that's cool too. That's definitely part of my plan as well. Glad to hear it. But yeah, thanks so much for stopping by. I really appreciate having you here. We've just been chilling and chatting and talking and doing the thing. Doing great. Inactive because you didn't have time on account of being in a musical. Whoa, that's very cool. Congrats on being in a musical. Musicals are so much fun. I used to do theater when I was like in high school and a little bit in college, but mostly in high school. But yeah, that's super fun. I'm really happy for you. Glad to hear that you've been doing something that cool. You have plans this weekend. A friend of yours turns 15 tomorrow and you're having a picnic. Whoa, that sounds really fun. Oh my gosh. Oh, to be young and on a picnic. That sounds super fun, Morgan. I hope you have a great time. Picnic sounds super lovely. I will not be having a picnic this weekend because where I live, it will be raining and windy and potentially even snowing, which is absolutely crazy because it never snows where I live. I've literally never seen it snow here. So the fact that it's snowing here is absolutely unbelievable to me, but it's happening. It's really wild. So I will not be having any picnics anytime soon. So I hope you enjoy your picnic on my behalf as well. I would love to like go outdoors sometime soon though. Obviously not this weekend or this week. Thanks, Morgan. I'm sure old people can have picnics too. Yes, yes, Morgan. Thank you. I'm aware. Thank you for reminding me. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I started coughing. You are too funny. I will go to picnic when the weather permits. That will be for sure. What's it like? I've only ever seen snow like a few times in my life. When I was like a kid, I went on like a skiing trip with my family and we unintentionally got caught in a blizzard and it was one of the most miserable experiences of my young life. I really am not a big fan of the snow. I'm not a big fan of cold weather. I tried skiing that one time as a kid and literally just fell over every step and a half that I tried to take. Just face planted straight into the snow constantly. It's cold and wet and hard and makes me sad. That's how I feel about the snow. I love being indoors when it's cold outside though. I love like being all cozy and like cuddled up in a blanket with some hot chocolate and with the heater on. That's my happy place. No worries, Mark. Thanks so much for hanging out as long as you did and for joining the Discord. I hope you have a ton of fun at the Lego convention. And I hope you get that Bionicle set that you're looking for. All the best. Best of luck. And yeah, stay safe and take care. And hope to see you again soon. You like snow because it's fluffy and edible. I have not experienced the fluffy and edible snow, so I cannot attest to to how edible it is. Yeah, apparently it is, Morgan. I didn't know it was edible either. I guess like it's just water falling from the sky, right? So that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not a snow person, Morgan, but I know some people really love it, so it's just not for me. Yeah, I totally agree, Shia. Being indoors in cold weather and it's like the rainy, cold weather that's outside, but like you're indoors and you're like all snuggled up. Like that's the good stuff right there. I especially like when it gets cold and I get really snuggly myself. Um, don't eat snow. Good call. Don't eat snow. Take it from Shia. Yeah, definitely don't eat snow when it's on the floor. That I think we can all agree is bad. Oh my gosh. Yeah, definitely after it touches the ground, you don't want to touch it. You don't want to eat that for sure. People's shoes have been all over that. You don't want that. Nope. um yeah, but when it's cold outside and oh, something that's really great about when it's cold outside and I'm all warm and snuggly inside is that my cat really likes to be warm and snuggly. And so like I'll have my like space heater on and she will be like, "Oh, this is the warmest place here. So I'm going to go and sit right next to you, right up against you um and just be cute and adorable next to you." And I really appreciate that about the cold weather is that my cat will seek warmth by sitting next to me. Yes, yes. She is always there for us, looking out for us. We appreciate her. Shia is the mod not only of the chat, but of your health, apparently. She'll tell you not to eat the snow. Ah, this was really nice. I really appreciate that folks stop by just to say hi and check in. Even though I didn't have any plans for the stream. Well, I had a couple ideas for what we could have done in this stream. I just didn't end up getting to it because I just got too caught up in the conversation with all of you. In Jamaica, cold climate is like 22 degrees Celsius, which always shocks foreigners, but I swear I actually freeze in the temperatures. Wait, I have to convert Celsius because I don't know what Celsius is. 22 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. Okay, 71 degrees is cold for you? Okay, I thought I was bad. I get cold in like 60-degree weather, which is like how much is that in Celsius? That's like 15 degrees Celsius. So like 15 degrees Celsius is like when I start to get cold. But you freeze when it's like my ideal weather, which is very funny. But I guess Jamaica like is in general a lot warmer than most places. Like I used to visit India a lot when I was a kid. I haven't been as frequently in recent years, but when I was a kid, I used to go like every other year to visit family in India and I imagine Jamaica is very similar to the part of India that I grew up in because the part of India that I grew up in has 3 seasons: hot, hotter, and hottest. Like it is always hot there, and every time we would go, it would be like in the summer as well. So it would be like so hot, the hottest season. Um 15 degrees Celsius is like what the air conditioning is set to in the summer. Wow. I feel like hold on. I'm using a Google to convert so that I can translate. So I would say about like 65 degrees, which is about 18 degrees Celsius, I would say is about what we would set our air conditioning to on average. So maybe just like a little bit cooler. But yeah, in India, we did not have air conditioning, which was even more rough. So if you're ever going to go visit the south part of India, go when it's not quite as hot and a little more bearable. Unless you are like unless you're like Morgan and you get cold in 22 degrees Celsius weather. Tropical places are wild. My hometown is a coastal city in Mexico, and people there wear jackets when I'm sweating. That's really funny, Embryon. I feel like I would be the type of person to wear a jacket while you were sweating because I do get cold very easily. But also in a tropical place, if it's similar to India, then I understand. I understand the heat. You'd fit right in with the Indian climate. Yeah, I think you would, Morgan. I think you would be comfortable there. I imagine it's similar to Jamaica. I think they're similar distances from the equator, but I could be totally wrong. I'm terrible at geography. I'm talking out of my ass. But it's cold here now, which is not good. Like it's 42 degrees where I am right now, which is 5 degrees Celsius, Morgan. Could you imagine being in 5 degrees Celsius weather right now? Does it ever get that cold for you? Does it ever get this cold? I like don't know much about Jamaica, so I apologize for my ignorance. I'm curious if it does ever get like cold though. I imagine not. I imagine it stays pretty warm for the most part. If you find 22 degrees Celsius to be cold, I imagine it doesn't go down to 5 degrees Celsius too often. But that's about how cold it is where I am now. But thankfully I have like a heater on inside and I'm staying warm. It's impossible to drop below 18. Wow. Yeah, that's like a nice brisk day for me. That's really funny. That's so interesting how the world is so different in different places. 5 degrees is not possible. Yeah, to be fair, we are having like an extreme cold weather time right now. So it's like unusually cold right now for us. My favorite temp range is probably like what Morgan's freezing is, like probably around 22 degrees Celsius, which is like what 70-ish degrees Celsius, 71 degrees Celsius, or Fahrenheit, sorry. 22 degrees Celsius, 71 degrees Fahrenheit. That's probably around like, I'll wear jeans and a t-shirt and go out for a nice walk kind of weather. In the mountains is probably colder. Yeah, that makes sense. Cold front is the word I'm looking for. Oh, yeah. 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 Cold front. Yes, that is the word. Thank you. Mine is like 15 degrees Celsius, 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, that's like about as cold as I can be comfortable in. Like, so as soon as it gets like any colder than that, like if it gets to 55, sorry, I'm using Google to convert. If it's like 12 degrees Celsius, 55 degrees Fahrenheit, that's when I start to get cold, which for a lot of people is still really warm. Like whenever I even talk to my friends about it, they're like, wow, you're such a baby when it comes to the cold. And I'm like, yes, I am a baby when it comes to the cold. 26 to 27. That's like quite warm, but that's like not an uncomfortable warm. That's like a nice, like sunny, just warm day for me. So I would definitely feel comfortable in that range. But any hotter than that, it would start to get too hot. And it does get very hot where I live as well. Like it definitely, especially in the summer, gets quite hot. And obviously, for the past few summers, it's just been getting hotter and hotter. Thank you, climate change, for that. And honestly, this like cold front that we're experiencing right now and the like random snow that we're getting for the first time in like 50 years is probably also due to climate change, to be honest. So yeah, it's extreme hots and extreme colds all around. Gotta love gotta love the decline of our environment. Am I right? It also depends on what you feel like wearing that day. Oh yeah, that's also very true. That's also very true. Layer and dress like a vampire when cold temperatures are there. Yeah, yeah. I definitely feel you on that. Okay. We're literally talking about the weather at this point, so I feel like we yeah, layering is the best. I agree with that. I definitely enjoy a good layer. But we're literally talking about the weather at this point, so I feel like that is the clue to maybe wrap things up. But this was really nice. I really do enjoy just checking in with all of you and seeing how you're doing, and even just talking about the weather with y'all is fun. Like it's so fun to, hear about all the different places you guys live, and it's really humbling to be reminded that you guys are from all over the place, which is very cool. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up for tonight. It is starting to get a little late for me, and I've been talking for way too long at this point, so I am very tired. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. But yeah, thank you again for hanging out, guys. I really appreciate you stopping by and keeping me company for a little bit. This was really nice to just see how y'all were doing. Things have been so crazy lately with the world and with the United States. I know if you guys aren't in the United States, it maybe is not as crazy, but things are pretty crazy here right now. And so just getting to remind myself that, oh, I've got this little community of people here that are real people that are existing in the world, that take their time to say hi to me while I talk into a microphone on the internet. Like it's just very sweet and very humbling, and I really, really appreciate it. So thank you for hanging out with me for these hours that we've been together. Yeah, have a good night as well, Morgan. Hope you have fun on your picnic over the weekend, and congrats again on your musical. I'm really happy for you. And Umbreon, I hope that you have a wonderful time, have a wonderful weekend as well in your coastal city. And Shia, if yeah, Jay, exactly. You exist. Exactly. It's nice to be reminded of you guys existing. Yes, you do exist, Jay. You absolutely do exist, even though you might just be a little icon on my screen. Good night, Umbreon. Thanks so much for stopping by. So yeah, I'm wrapping it up. I'm just delaying at this point, but yeah, I just really appreciate you as always. Thank you for hanging out, and thank you, Shia, for modding and for stopping by and for being cool as always. Y'all know where to find me if you need me. But we'll be back on Sunday for the discussion stream. So if you're free, hope to see you there. If not, then have a wonderful weekend and take care, everyone. Stay safe. Bye bye.